we're back, folks. My next guest, of course, was the commish. Well, now you can see him in the... I said that funny, didn't I? My next guest was the commish, see? Anyway, now you can see him in the NBC sitcom Daddy-O. And this Monday, he stars as Curly in the Three Stooges movie on ABC. Please welcome Michael Chiklis. So you're playing Curly. That's a tall order because everybody knows. You know what I mean? It's one of those. That's a tough.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I was nervous about taking it.
Right.
Especially after the whole fiasco I went through with playing Belushi.
That's right. You played John Belushi years ago in the Wired movie.
Yeah. The only big difference is the family was into me doing this one.
Right. They wanted you to play Curly.
Yeah.
Now, the strangest thing to me is I'm watching it today, and the credits come up and it says that Mel Gibson is the producer.
Yeah, actually,
of this.
He wanted to play Curly, but he wasn't follically challenged enough.
Is it now? Is he likes the Three Stooges? He's obsessed with the Three Stooges. Is that right?
Yeah, as I am. Yeah, he's a pretty rabid fan. You know, the first time I ever saw him well, actually, I knew him before this, but the first time he came to do promotions, he came onto the set and he went, "Listen, you," and I went, "Whoop, whoop, 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 whoop." You know, we spoke in Curly speak. We didn't, we didn't even have a conversation. We just smacked each other around. It was fun.
Now, what I can't imagine what the director would be like on a movie like this, because does he take you aside and seriously say, "Look, less whoop 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 whoop, and a little more whoop 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 whoop"?
Yeah, well, it was kind of bizarre. So once in a while, he'd say, like, after the third whoop whoop gets slapped in the head, and we had to go at it with reckless abandon.
I'm worried about your nyuk-nyuks.
Actually, he did a phenomenal job. He really did.
Right.
I mean, like Emmy stuff. He really did a fantastic job directing this.
I'm thinking, everyone knows the Three Stooges, of course, with Curly, okay? Then everybody knows Shemp. But then there are these, after Shemp left the picture, there are these other Curlys that come on later on that you all know about. Joe Besser was one.
Yeah, he's the wuss of the Three Stooges. And we only dealt with him in one scene, actually, because, the guy wouldn't take a pie in the face.
So he wanted to be one.
Stooge is that?
He wanted to be one of the Stooges, but he didn't. He said no slapping, no hitting, no pie in the face.
Yeah, he was the one who would go, "You're crazy," He didn't want to get hit,
So after that guy's gone, they had him shot or something. They bring out. I remember there was a guy named Joe Dorita.
Dorita, yeah.
And he wasn't. I mean, I got to be honest.
He's a good guy, though, and believe it or not, he owns the rights. His estate owns the rights to the Three Stooges.
Oh, so he was the smart guy. Stooge, right, even though he wasn't that good. But I got to say, if I don't see Curly, if I see Shemp, I still stick with it. But if it's Besser or Dorita. And towards the end, they were just throwing anybody out there, right?
Well, that was it, Besser. And then Dorita, by the time Dorita came on board, they were older men. They were in their 60s, making a comeback. See, that's the thing.
And when they would hit each other in the eyes, their eyes would literally just fall out of their head.
Yeah, they would just, the thing that cracks me up about these guys, when you watch the movie, you see what they went through. And we really enjoy a lot of the protections from SAG and, after, because of them.
From the unions, okay.
Yeah, because of them. I mean, they went through so much and they were so badly screwed. I mean, they were making $12 million or something a year on the shorts.
The company was?
Yeah, Columbia.
And the Stooges weren't seeing that money?
No, and Mo was working as a sandwich runner for the guy who produced all the shorts.
Oh, so they were working seriously, they were doing menial labor while they were making those?
No. This is way after the fact.
Oh, okay.
So it's like 20 years down the road, I'm working as a sandwich runner for Stephen J. Cannell, who was the producer of The Commish.
Right.
So, and knowing that he's selling my image worldwide and making millions and millions of dollars, that would just be heinous. You know? I mean, and then, fortunately, they were able to make the comeback that they made, and they came back strong.
In the 60s, the Stooges made this comeback. They were huge with kids again.
Yeah.
They started airing, I guess, the Stooges on television, and a whole new generation saw them. That's actually when I saw them.
Same.
Yeah. Now, you shot this thing in Australia, is that right?
Oh, my God. They got a whole thing going on down there in Australia. I mean, no, really, it's a place, it's a continent the size of the United States. And there's 17 million people there. That's it.
Right.
And it's all beaches, nude beaches. 5-to-1 women to men ratio. So, you know, being a married guy, I entered an entirely new and interesting kind of hell.
Really, if I were you, I'd have been hitting the bars and saying, I'm the new Curly.
Yeah, with your wife.
Yeah,
actually, she
that'd
was
go
there
far.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
She was there for the first couple of weeks, and then she left.
Right.
And she's like, great, I'm leaving you here.
Right.
Yeah, this is great. So she called me 300 times a day.
Were you wearing, did you have to wear like a heavy suit and stuff?
Yeah, I wore a big fat suit and everything. Ironically, I ended up losing about 6 pounds.
Right.
Because, yeah, I was filled with down. And, you know, from running around like a nut, I sweat my...
So you can play young, sexy Curly in the next movie. Yeah. It'll be like Godfather Part 2, where you see the young De Niro playing, yeah. Well, Daddy-O, Thursdays at 8:30 on NBC, and The Three Stooges airs this Monday at 8 on ABC if you want to find out the whole Three Stooges story. Michael, thanks for coming by.
Thank you.
Good to see you again. Michael Chiklis, everybody. We'll be right back. David Feldman.